Malaysian authorities on Tuesday called on palm oil millers to resume production and buy oil palm fruits from farmers after a plunge in prices of the edible oil prompted some companies to halt processing, according to Reuters. Unprofitable pricing meant some mills in Malaysia had temporarily halted operations, an industry body said on Monday. CPO futures posted their biggest one-month decline in more than 13 years in June, recording a 22% drop and erasing most of the year's price gains. Prices had rallied to a record high earlier in 2022 due to supply concerns. Deputy Minister for Plantation Industries and Commodities, Datuk Sri Dr. Wee Jack Seng, says the government had received complaints about mills refusing to buy oil palm fruits. According to him, the fruits cannot be kept for more than 2 to 3 days or they will rot, and this will affect the smallholders. He adds that the millers should be responsible regardless of the price. Wee says that industry regulator, the Malaysian Palm Oil Board, will discuss the matter with the mills. Meanwhile, CPO prices are expected to recover, underpinned by return of demand from the biofuel segment and relatively tight supply due to limited exports from Indonesia, according to UB Kay Hian, citing Ista Milka Oil World Executive Director Thomas Milka. Milka was quoted as saying that he anticipates CPO prices to be lower this year and next year on the back of a stronger supply, but will still be at a supportive level as conventional demand is returning from both the food and fuel sectors. He also said the slump in CPO prices over the past 3 weeks had been an overreaction. UOB Kay Hian is expecting a lower average CPO price of 4,000 ringgit per tonne for 2023 against 5,200 ringgit per tonne for 2022. AMMB Holdings' 51% owned subsidiary AMM Holdings has obtained MOF's approval for the sale of its entire stake in AMM Insurance to Liberty Insurance. Upon completion of the deal, which is subject to customary closing conditions, LIB will acquire 100% of AGIB's shares, while AMMB will receive its share of the sale proceeds in the form of cash and consideration shares. To recap, AMM on July 19th last year inked an implementation agreement with LIB for the disposal with a price tag of 2.29 billion to be satisfied via cash and a 30% stake in LIB. Following MOF's approval, AMMB anticipates signing the sale and purchase agreement and other transaction agreements for the AGIB disposal sometime next month. It adds that further announcements will be made in due course. As part of the transaction, AMMB said it will enter into a 20-year new bancassurance partnership with the prospective merged entity for the distribution of general insurance products. AGIB and LIB's operations will be formally merged at a subsequent date. Commenting on the partnership, AMMB Group Chief Executive Officer Datuk Sulaiman Muhammad Tahir says this strategic partnership with a global insurance leader like Liberty Mutual is key to propelling its general insurance business to even greater heights. LIB has approximately 450 employees across 6 regional offices and 24 branches in Malaysia and distributes its personal, commercial and other product lines through multiple channels, including a 2,000 agent workforce, as well as franchises, car dealers and banker partners. Marsing Group has acquired a new plot of land in the district of Tebrau, Johor Bahru to develop a mixed project that will have an estimated gross development value of about 469 million ringgit. This is the group's first land deal for the year. In a statement, the property developer said the prime land parcel, which measures just over 6.9 hectares and valued at 32.3 million, is located in Taman Sri Austin, next to an existing McDonald's drive-thru and is accessible via Persiaran Eco Cascadia. The proposed mixed project and Manori will comprise 3 blocks of service suites with indicative build-outs ranging from 550 to 880 square feet, with indicative prices starting from 260,000 ringgit. It will also feature some retail lots with plans to accommodate drive-thru F&B outlets. Part of the land cost will be funded by proceeds from the recent sale of a small plot of land in Pematang Tinggi on the Penang mainland. Marsing said it is encouraged by the success of its affordable M-series housing in city centres and landed link homes in suburban areas and will continue to look for similar lands to build more affordable housing. Founder and Group MD Tan Sri Leong Hoi Kam says that M Minori is a project inspired by Japanese minimalism and aimed at young buyers seeking a more convenient and safer environment with stricter access control. He adds that buyers will be able to easily access educational institutions, medical centres, shopping outlets and more. Govt Resources Holdings net profit for the second quarter jumped 82% year-on-year to 23.1 million, mainly driven by higher furniture shipments from Malaysia. Revenue for the quarter grew by 13% to 186.3 million from the 165.5 million posted last year, as production activities for both the group's operations in Malaysia and Vietnam continued to do well on the back of sustained orders from its customers in North America. The group declared a first interim dividend of 2 cents per share. However, Govt warns that there are now signs of demand slowdown on the horizon, despite orders from its customers in the US remaining strong, as consumer spending power and confidence stateside has been weakened by soaring prices. The furniture maker points out that furniture imports contracted for the month of April 2022, while US store sales during the Memorial weekend were mixed, signaling a reversal of the upward trend, saying that Govt notes that uncertainties in the global furniture supply chain have brought about some positive impacts on customers' decisions in placing orders. It said the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict of banning the export of wood to the West and the continued strife between China and the US have driven US importers to secure more supplies from Asian countries, including Malaysia and Vietnam. Genting Group founder Tan Sri Lim Gotong's grandson Lim Kyong Han is venturing into the health and wellness market with his Pegasus Aqua, launching its molecular resonance effect technology water activator in the Southeast Asia region. In a statement, the younger Lim said his grandfather was the one who introduced the healing and rejuvenating benefits of emirate activated water to his family. He says the Pegasus Aqua emirate water activator is currently the only device that is authorized in Southeast Asia to utilize the patented molecular resonance effect technology that changes the molecular bonds of water molecules in order to be better absorbed by cells in the human body. He explains that emirate was discovered 20 years ago by Russian inventor and scientist Dr. Igor Smirnov, and since then has gained popularity in key markets like the US, Japan and Europe. Lim says Pegasus Aqua aims to market his unique technology in the high-growth Southeast Asian market, becoming the current and exclusive distributor of the emirate water activator in Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, Vietnam and the Philippines. He says that they are hoping to achieve their revenue target of over 20 million ringgit in the next 2 to 3 years.